Hi everybody, this is Kelly, also known on Twitter as Kelly1977, and I got these from the Dollar Tree. These were the only three that they had. Sometimes they have different kind of flowers. They did have basil, fresh, but I didn't want to grow that. I don't really cook with basil that much. So I'm going to be doing the strawberries. This is the cornflower, which is the purple flower, that's why I got it. And then the tomatoes. These are actually supposed to be the steak big tomatoes that are usually out here in Vermont $4.99 a pound. And the whole tomato will fit in your hand, and you're supposed to use them to grill with. So if you like to grill your vegetables, you would grill the tomato as well to have with it or to put on a burger or something of that nature. So I will be doing these as soon as it gets warmer. We have had more snow, unfortunately. So we had a couple inches of snow last night, but we're supposed to get 2 to 4 today, and it's going to be very cold and slippery. It's going to be a soft, wet snow. And unfortunately, right now, we don't have four-wheel drive. Our sensor went, and we didn't know that has to do with your four-wheel drive as well. So we're getting that fixed tomorrow. Hopefully, it's not too much money. It always seems every time we get paid for going to school, we have to fix the truck. Always seems that way. But this is something that can go anytime. It was a pre-owned truck. My husband's had it for about 4 years, going on 5 years, so it might have never even been changed before. And that sensor is what will tell you if your tires don't have enough air. It apparently helps with four-wheel drive as well. Check engine lights, oil lights, things of that nature. That's what the sensor is for. So hopefully it's not something else and it's just that. So this is the first time this week I'm vlogging. I vlogged 6 days ago. So it would have been last Wednesday. My mother came over yesterday. I made tuna casserole. So she was supposed to be here at 2:30. And Wednesday would have started the second day of the week, of the new week. That's why I wanted her to come over Monday, but I was not feeling well. I was not up to having company. It would have been a lot easier the last day of the week. So I did 2 hours of schoolwork, jumped in the shower, got ready, cooked, and then waited about 45 minutes for her to come. And I did say to her, Craig does have schoolwork to do when he comes home. He went to school, he did laundry, he came home, and she just doesn't comprehend that, we have things that we have to do for school. So I was expecting her to stay like maybe an hour and a half max. But when it came to 2.5 hours later, I was like, Mom, it's 5 o'clock. I have schoolwork I have to get done. Stop doing what I was supposed to do, which I have been doing during the day. Because at night, especially after it gets dark, I'm very, very fatigued. I'm just super tired. Still going to bed at 9 o'clock. Trying to stay on that no later than 11 time schedule. Hoping that maybe that will help a little bit, but yeah, you know, what's today? Thursday, Wednesday. So Tuesday I was in bed at 9. I couldn't fall asleep. I did not get out of bed until 9:44 the next day. I can't take my sleeping pills every night because I'll get immune to them. So 2 or 3 times a week I take them when I really, really need to. I got a lot of work I got to do the next day. So for being in bed that long and I maybe slept 4 hours, it very annoying. And then my back ends up hurting because I really shouldn't be in bed no more than 8 hours a day. I stand too long, I sit too long, I lay too long. I end up being in a lot of pain with my back. So last night I was in bed at 9 o'clock. Took me a little bit to fall asleep. Then my husband comes in, wakes me up. So now it's 1:15. I finally get out of bed. He probably came in about 12:30. I ended up staying up for 2 hours, just playing some cell phone games, hoping that would make me tired. And then I took one sleeping pill, went back to bed. And then his alarm was going off in the morning, and don't set it if you're not gonna get up right away. I mean, if you're gonna get up an hour later or 30 minutes later, don't set it for that time. It's waking me up, and then I'm up. I was able to fall back to sleep, but it took me a while, and it wasn't too long. He probably got out of bed at 8:30, and he leaves at 9:30, and I was up at like 9:35. So, it's keeping me. It bothers my sleeping pattern as well. Um, some days he gets up at 6, and some days he's setting the alarm for 8. But it still bothers my sleeping pattern, especially if he falls back to sleep, because he did that last semester on the day that he had an exam, and he would not get up. And I was like, fine, I don't care either. Tried like 4 times. So, yeah, set your alarm, get up. um, so that it just it gets into, especially if I'm up at 3:45 and your alarm's going off at 6 or 8, and knowing I have insomnia and chronic fatigue syndrome, dyslexia makes you tired as well. So it's not an easy thing. Um, and then he has to get up early tomorrow to bring the truck in, and then they give him a ride home. So yeah, still gotta get up early tomorrow. So I gotta work on my poster today, and then if I have more energy, I will work on my microbiology work. I watched the hour-long video on vaccination wars from 2010 PBS, and then we had to answer a couple questions with our own personal beliefs or any experiences or anything like that. So I answered them and shared some extra knowledge that I do have about vaccinations with my teacher. It ended up being, because she wanted it in Word, 1.5 spacing, so it ended up being 2 pages long because of that. About 5 paragraphs, which isn't too bad for, e-assignment. But I do have to do chapter 8 and chapter 10. Those chapters can take me anywhere from 4 to 6 hours apiece. And I have a lab. I don't know, sometimes the lab is an hour, sometimes it's 3.5. So I'm not sure how much more work I have in that class for the week. And I still have to do my questions for my earth science, but I posted my poster on time. I pushed myself Monday because I was in and out of bed Monday. It just was not a good day. My IBS has been acting up later at night as well. And I get a lot of cramping and gas bloatiness with that. It's very uncomfortable. So I did push myself Monday when I got up. I was like, oh God, it's 9 o'clock. I gotta sit down and get this done. I didn't include any page numbers, and I didn't do question 3, look at this figure from the book and give me a budget on the glaciers and what do you think they need to do, because I don't know what the budget should be. You never told us anything about a budget, and we didn't research a budget. How am I supposed to know? What, $1 million? I don't know. So I just skipped that one. I was like, nah, it's not worth 10 points trying to figure this out. I don't think so. And when you answer her questions, she doesn't want you to use outside sources, just the book. And the book did not say anything about an example of a budget or nothing. So I just didn't do it. So that's 10 points. And then I'll lose 10 points because I didn't add the page numbers. I wasn't going to go back through. I answer them. And then once I answer them, I go back through and I look for where I got the answer, the page number. It's just how I do it. So I'm re-looking at the information twice instead of just once, to rememberize it and remember and learn it. That's how I have to do it with my dyslexia. So, I don't know how long this post is going to take. I chose to do it on Florida, Penna something, the ocean something. Can't remember how to say the word properly. Pensanelia, or however you say it. You can spell it correctly, I don't care. Some words I can't pronounce, so dyslexia. Um, so I chose to do it on that. I'm going to write down, make sure I add any minerals, rocks, sediments, see if there's ever been a glacier there, because I feel like how she really wants us to do these posters is to go back over the chapters that we did and try to include all that information. So as you go on, the posters will have more information in it. So I've just been doing that every week now, going over the chapters and making sure I try to include this stuff if I find it. And the posters usually take me about 4 hours to do. So, yeah. So, I'm waiting for my assignment 4 grade for earth science. So as of right now, I still have a 95. And my microbiology class, she just put in the exam, which I had 73. That doesn't change. She just has to put it into middle grade book. But she has not given us a grade for assignment 3. Assignment 4, which would have been week 4, was our exam. So she just wanted us to listen to a podcast for the week that was an hour and a half long, and it's an hour and a half for the exam. And then, we have time to study because it's on 5 chapters, about 200 pages of information. So that week, last week, was easier for me because of that, and it's a good thing because I was so tired that, I needed to catch up on sleep. So I still have 91. I mean, if I get another 100 for assignment 3, then it's not going to change. It's going to be a 91. So far, so good. Then is week 6, which is next week. They have to have the grade books updated, and they have to write a 6-week evaluation on us. And then the student loan gets a copy of that, as well as financial aid. If you get financial aid or any grants, Pell Grants, anything like scholarships, they get a copy of that to see how you're doing. And your attendance is also recorded, and if you're toddy. With these programs, you are not supposed to miss, at least the first 6 weeks, you're not supposed to miss any classes. So it can affect your student loan as well as any grants, scholarships, and financial aid. Since I do online, I'm not going to miss it. I'm online. So each class I have to be online 3 times during the week, and that will count for attendance. Now, the homework is your homework. And I replied to 2 people. I answered their questions about glacier tills and if Vermont has any, and Dansville is a known place in Vermont that has a lot of different kind of glacier tills, washout, and ice sheets. And then I just learned by answering somebody's question that the last glacier that we had melted, the ice sheets affected even parts of Rhode Island where I'm from, which I did not know anything about that. They don't talk about it. We don't really have mountains and stuff. It's the city. A lot of factories moved in there, and that's kind of the stuff we got. A lot of retail, fast food places, restaurants, things of that nature. So, the circus goes there, wrestling goes there, Silver Center, Providence. So we're really known for that kind of stuff too. And then, Pawtucket Red Sox. So I hope everybody is having a great week. Me and my husband really haven't done anything as going out since we started school. Valentine's Day, as everybody knows, we went to Applebee's, and we stopped at GameStop and Walmart and came home. So we were out 3 hours, but it wasn't, that's what we did. So, yeah. It's not much to do out here, especially in the winter, because neither me or my husband do any outdoor activities. So, I hope everybody has a great week. As soon as I get some grades, usually my teacher for earth science is really good on that. But she went away over the weekend, so she's a little behind herself, getting caught up, and people not turning in work on time, and she's still trying to give them credit for their work, but take off points for being late. So she has to get caught up herself. I understand she's got roughly 16 students. So thank you for watching. I don't know. I think I might make my husband hamburger tonight. I was going to make it last night, but then I didn't feel like cooking 3 hamburgers for 3 people. So I just was like, what's the easiest but still healthy thing that I can make everybody? So the tuna helper. And my mom took some home too, so it worked out. It fed 3 people. And that's just 1 box of the tuna helper. And then I always add my own cheese, my own vegetables to it. It comes out pretty good. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'm going to be posting right after this live stream vlog post. Then I will go ahead on my channel and post part 4 to New Dawn, Far Cry. I'm very surprised that it isn't getting as many views as I thought for being a new game. Part 1 got 8 views, and part 2 got 1, and part 3 got 2. And I am advertising it on my social media accounts, so I'm just quite surprised, but you never know, maybe it'll pick up. Who knows? So thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Any concerns, comments, don't hesitate to leave them down below. I am always open if you know free games that you would like me to play for you, or there's a game that you may be interested in. It's not too expensive. I don't mind buying it if I'm going to enjoy it myself. So always keep that in mind, guys. Bye.